Operation status quo. Operation status quo. Prepare to engage. Operation status quo. Ready to engage. Operation status quo. Engaged. Engaged. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm laughing because my cat's running around over here chasing after one of his little toys and playing, and it's entertaining me. Probably more entertaining than you'll be with this episode. Hopefully you'll be entertained, you guys. You know you guys are out there. I appreciate you guys out there, and we have a good time here on Operation Status Quo. It's always a pleasure to be together with you here on Operation Status Quo, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Pete Palma. I am your user-friendly host. This is, of course, Operation Status Quo, the place where we observe the status quo of life. We learn to flow with the status quo of life, and then, of course, we create our own flow of quo, because that's the only way to go. I was going to see if I brought out my other camera, but now he ran off the other way. I was going to show some video of him running around just clawing into the carpet and rolling around. It's kind of funny sometimes. I get a kick out of the thing with the cats. I never thought I would have been a cat person, to be honest. I can't even say that I am or ever thought I was, but this little guy happened to come into my life some years ago, and I wound up taking him in, and I learned a lot, I have to say. I learned a lot about the feline. And they're really funny, though, because they have this spontaneous burst of energy where they just kind of sit doing nothing, and then all of a sudden, their ears go all crazy, and their eyes go crazy, and they just start running all around. Let's see if we bring him. Mr. Miles, come over here, buddy. Let's see here. I got let me see if I bring up the close cam. Here, let's see. Camera. There he goes. Where is he? There he is. Yo, Mr. Miles. What are you doing over there? Say hello to the beautiful people of the world. There's my little friend, Mr. Miles. A round of applause for him because he deserves it. Dealing with me all the time. All right. Hey, while I got the close cam up, close cam time. We haven't done the close cam in such a while. How are we feeling out there? Oh, the back of my head. Look at that light. Oh, my God, it's turning colors, for goodness sake. All right. Oh, my goodness. Well, we got to have a little bit of fun. Here on Operation Status Quo, with the world going crazy as it is, we should enjoy something, right? So before I get into it today, I will mention that I did have a good time yesterday. I said yesterday that I was going to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Philadelphia Eagles at Raymond James Stadium, and it was a nice time, actually. I've never been to Raymond James Stadium. They do a nice job there. It was comfortable. I mean, even my seats were a little kind of high up, but really a great view, and I was able to, follow everything that was going on. So, really, it was a good time. Of course, my Eagles lost, but I expected that because they've been playing like crap for a while now, so I did not anticipate them winning, and quite honestly, I felt it would be better for Tampa to win because they have a little more guts right now, so they have a better chance of going further in the playoffs. They deserve it a little bit more. So a round of applause for my adopted team, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, since I live here in the area. But of course, you can't take the Philadelphia out of me. It is what it is. I was lucky, really, because in Philly it'd be such a different, it's such a different way that it would, wouldn't even be able to get into the stadium, or, it was much more reasonable is all I'm saying, and it flowed nicer. It was even easier getting around and everything compared to things I've done before in the past, going to some of the Philadelphia events. But anyway, that's a whole nother story that we don't need to get into right now, and we will. But I will say this, that's what I wanted to say too. Football is like a crazy thing, and listen, we all know that, I don't know how much crap is fixed or, it's all distraction anyway, these sports, the opiate of the masses in a way, just to keep people distracted while all the crap's going on in the world. But to see the people that come out and the way they're dressed up with all their crap, I mean, from the Eagles fans that have their hair painted green and, wearing whatever costumes, and the Bucks fans too, dressed as pirates and everything else. It's just like, I don't know. I just put on a shirt and some jeans. I had like an Eagles hat, that's about it. I don't even have anything to represent. I just show up like I'm going out to dinner or something, So, but these other people, they're all about it. I can't say that I would want to like be sitting at a game like all painted up and all kinds of apparatus all over me. But hey, that's what the kids are doing out there nowadays. So whatever floats your boat, as they say. So anyway, let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. Today is what is today? Today's the 16th of January. January in the good year 2024. And today's program is affectionately entitled Too Much Talk. Oh my goodness gracious. Blah, 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 blah. And I was thinking about this today because I was watching one of the things I watch on YouTube, one of the channels I watch for some of the, actual real information that you'll get in the world, not if you watch mainstream news, and they were talking about different stories as far as just some things that are going on in the Middle East. Example, I guess an American commercial ship was attacked, within the last 24 hours over there, and stuff in Germany about how they're preparing for war and letting their citizens know about a potential attack from Russia, how Sweden is telling their people, prepare for war, and they've been going crazy over there with the panic buying and stuff. And also in Germany, apparently all these farmers are protesting whatever's going on over there as far as cost of diesel fuel and such, or whatever the farmers are upset about. And all these, like, I don't know, it was like 10,000 something, like farmers with, driving their tractors from their farms to Berlin to protest. And, the point I'm trying to make is, there's so much going on beyond what we're told. If you just watch the normal daily news cycle, this is, and people who are here on this channel, I think, are at least, are more open-minded and aware of this type of stuff. But I like to reiterate it. I've talked about the media multiple times. It was even last week I did that show. What the heck was that called? Oh, the media, the movie or something. News, the movie, whatever the hell I called it last week. You can go back and check that one out too. But, I do bring it up from time to time, talking about the mainstream media and the narratives and such, and how things are couched. I mean, that's one aspect of it, and then the other aspect of it that, I really kind of want to get into more today in a way is just the idea of how they come on and tell these stories and do this, like, quote unquote, in-depth reporting about something that's such a scandal or such a travesty or such a catastrophe. And then no one ever does anything. Like, this is what I mean. Okay. So if you watch like Fox News, like, they're basically always just talking about the border, it's just like the border. And then, you go over to CNN and it's just Trump. So it's like you're only getting like two stories, it's like the border and Trump. And there's like, a lot of things that are going on in our world, and they don't really, kind of come to any kind of, first of all, they don't put out all the truth. Let's take another step back and just as a reminder that, all of our mainstream media is basically owned by 6 companies, right? So, and the stories are all kind of, disseminated down from the top, and everybody's spouting off the same blah, blah, blah crap over and over again with the same language, the same verbiage, the same everything, So, there's not really any journalism per se, right? It's just basically regurgitation. it's like somebody told somebody what to say. It's like the puppeteer, told them what to say. It comes down and they just, put it out the way that they're told to put it out. But you think that you're watching like, investigative reporting and such, or, I'll just give an example. Like, if I was going to watch that stuff, I do watch both fairly equally, CNN and Fox. I don't watch much of either. But, equally, because I just want to see, like, when Fox is talking about this, I want to see what CNN is talking about. Like, when Fox comes on and makes it like, this is like a breaking news, big story, rah, 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 and they come on and start. And then I flip over to CNN and it's like, oh, they didn't stop talking about Trump yet. So I guess it must not be that big of a breaking story. And then, I'll just give examples like, Jesse Waters, right? I'm like, he's friendly, he's fun, you enjoy watching him or whatever. And he'll come on and do these stories and talk about this, that, or the other that's really going on. And then, 5 minutes later, he's showing baby pictures of his family, showing pictures of his family, or, where they went for a vacation, or, And what I'm trying to say is, even like Greg Gutfeld too, right? He comes on and he talks about, come on, and he'll sit there on the 5 and he'll talk about the media doesn't do this and the media that. And I'm thinking like, well, you're the media, man. Like, you're there. Like, you're there on Fox. And if you really wanted to come out and start talking about truths about what happened with the election, the last presidential election, if you want to really talk about the truth of January 6th, you really want to talk about the truth of the moon landing, I don't know, pick something, but they never really talk about truth. They just kind of like pontificate on how the media is not, is covering things up, or, and they always make it like it's, They go after, the left. Oh, the left is going crazy and do. And like, this is what I mean. Like, it's all just like pomp and circumstance type shit, because like you go on, you do your little show, and then you go back to your normal life. That's all, entrenched in what this world is. If you saw some story that's big breaking news, all these whistleblowers that have come out for multiple things, right? Whistleblowers for the UFOs, whistleblowers for, the taxes, with Hunter Biden, whistleblowers, for, Biden and China or whatever, whistleblowers all over the place. But, no one ever, like, to me, like, this is one thing is why I say media is such a bullshit thing, because, and what I never understand about our world and why I always say that our leadership is, is just a facade, because there's absolutely no way that these things can be going on and, no one does anything to take care of it. I've said this, endlessly. If you're in your house and, you got a pipe burst, like in your bathroom, and water's like, shooting all over the floor and leaking down and downstairs into your kitchen or something, you're not going to come on and just talk about it and say what a big problem it is, and hopefully we can work through this. It's like you're going to take action, and you're going to like make sure you get the water turned off, and then get somebody in there to replace the pipe, unless you're handy and you could do it yourself, which would be great. I would like to be able to do that. I'm sure I could if I tried, but anyway. So that's what I'm trying to say. It's like it's always just this like obfuscation in this fake way, and it's really frustrating. And I just bring it up because I really would like for people to, just at least be aware of it. I'm not saying we're always going to kind of it is what it is, and we're living in this world, and we're bombarded with this media all the time, right? And from so many facets, whether it be whatever TV and whatever you do, it's all the same. Commercials for products. I mean, everything's all intertwined. Our entertainment, even when I was talking about the football games and stuff, the way it's all done, everything is just like this, like whole, like, put you in this, oh my goodness, you should see this big spider. Hold on. I got a little squirrel brain here. Let me go back to my other camera. Can you guys see that spider? There's a spider up there. You see it? It's a little dot. Oh, you're not gonna be able to see it, but you see it? It's a little dot. And if you look between the vent and the attic space there, see that little black dot? That's a spider. The spider. How about a round of applause for the spider and the close cam? And the close cam, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my gosh. What is wrong? What is wrong with my brain? Where the hell do I go? Stop it. I know. Easy. Down, boy. Down. Easy. That's it. That's enough. All right. So, yeah, anyway, I just talk about, even like with football and all that type of stuff, everything's intertwined in this way of, just kind of like, our eyes glaze over and we're in la la land while all this crap is going on. And to me, one of the most amazing parts about it is, from everything I've been saying about how the media perpetuates things the way they do without ever offering solutions and such, right? It's just a constant fear mongering, but on top of it, the amount of news that's not reported, I would love for you guys too to share with me some of the, I know a lot of people out there who would, again, align with the messages that I send, or, looking for alternative sources of finding information, and, what channels, what people do you watch out there? But, just to say, there's so much information. Like, even when you look into, and I'm not like an economics guy, I've gotten into the metals over some time, and it has taken me to another space of watching a variety of different information that I wouldn't have watched in some other years. But I see the stuff that they talk about, and even the guys that are more mainstream, like they're not talking, Q and conspiracy or, any of that type of stuff, right? They're just looking at the charts and showing the charts and going through and doing whatever they're doing. And, they talk about to the same thing of like, watching the patterns and like that we're due for, a financial collapse in some type of way, or some sort of reset, or, anything that you watch. And I don't know if that's just, it's an interesting kind of concept in human dynamics and behavior and such. Is everybody talking about, a reset and a black swan event and everything else, and 2024 being this big year of events of substantial change? Is everybody talking that because, it just gets into the collective and people start saying it, so other people start saying it, or is it really, a realistic thing? I mean, I think personally, I think it's a realistic thing, but it takes shape based on both aspects. I mean, it is a realistic thing within the parameters, especially I talk about how I watch the astrology and things like that, and the outer planets and what they're doing right now and the effect that they have, on our psyche and our, because everything is one energy, as I always say, right? So, whatever the planets are doing, whatever the Earth is doing, whatever we're doing, or whatever our collective consciousness is, it's all interplay and, creating the one moment, whatever, it may be. But all these different aspects talk about substantial change, through this year. And I find it amazing that when you watch stuff like the mainstream news, that they're just talking about a handful of little stories that really never, get to the heart of anything or go into a deeper space or even offer the population, if they really wanted to, the power they have as it's mind control, obviously, the media, but the power they have, that they could instill hope in people, right? They could come out in a way of saying, listen, guys, we all realize that, we're kind of it's been a rough ride since 2020 here. And, we have some plans to move forward, to create a more equitable, a more holistic, whatever way of being that benefits all of us, that we all can prosper, instead of this, this old mindset that we have of, capitalism. Not to say capitalism is bad per se, I know, because these words, right? People just take the one word and say, oh, what are you, a communist or something, but, just the whole idea of chasing money and having things to define success, and the media perpetuates all this, not just through the way they do the news stories, but also through our mainstream entertainment and such, and how that comes across, and just kind of fills the people's heads with go out and have a party, go out and eat shit food, go out and just screw whoever you want to screw, go out and just live for today and spend your money and buy a bunch of junk that you don't need, live in debt for the rest of your life, and they never really come to a place of doing anything. And this goes from, this is like from top down. I mean, look at our current leadership and such, in the United States, not just here, but leaders around the world. There's a lot of them that are pretty crappy, right? And they don't really offer any suggestions. I mean, just look at, this is why, again, from people who watch me regularly, I don't even believe it's the real Joe Biden. So forget about, just go from there. Obviously, I don't believe that he's really in charge, because first of all, it's not even him. Second of all, he's not in charge either way. But just look at how he deals with the media when he's asked questions, or, again, that's all a show, but just he's so dismissive. He's so arrogant. He's so pompous, and he's got this like chip on his shoulder, like And it's like, why, how can a leader, somebody that's supposed to be the president of a country, act like that? You would be kind to your population. You would ingratiate your population, even the way he goes off about MAGA and stuff, and, they're destroying democracy and all this nonsense. You wouldn't talk that way. You would welcome these people and, at least try to find some middle ground to have conversation, to say, listen, I understand you guys have these, beliefs. Let's work on it, together. Instead it's just like, we got to save democracy. And it's just like all these, again, going back to like the media, blah, blah, blah. And, just too much talk with no action. All they're doing is just feeding your brain with bullshit day in and day out, without ever offering solutions, without ever offering, any truth, in a sense, you don't even know. The only thing, like, the news comes on, right, and it's like whatever's hot for the day. Maybe it's another school shooting, or somebody spotted an alien. I don't know, whatever crap that they do, and then that's just like the big story, or a storm or something, right? The storms that have been coming across the country, how cold it is. They're going, frigid cold. We hope people are okay. Oh, another shooting over here, and 3 wounded, 2 killed, and the gunman took his life. It's the same story over and over again. And and it lasts for a couple days, and then it's the next one they spin the wheel. What's it going to be today? Weather? Is it going to be like a volcano? Is it going to be a school shooting? Is it going to be, a door flies off an airplane? You know what I mean? Like, they just like spin the wheel. All these little stories that don't really mean shit about what's really going on in the big picture, behind the scenes of how the people in power are, well, the people that are in power would like to, make us even more slaves than we already are. So that's why, everything's happening this way where they try to, scare you to death with whatever disease is coming next and what day nuclear Armageddon's going to strike and, all this type of stuff so they can scare people enough to keep them subdued and then basically have full control, make people basically totally dependent on, the state, the government, whatever, for everything you need, like you don't own your house, you don't grow food, you don't do anything, you just got your whatever, your credits, we'll call them credits, if it's dollars or yen or whatever the hell it is, right? You got your credits for the month, and as long as you behave and follow the rules within our woke agenda, then you'll be able to use those credits. Otherwise, we'll have to suspend your account and you won't be able to eat or do anything. So just sit quietly, consume what we allow you to consume, and then just pass away peacefully and quietly and let us own the world and do everything we want to do with it. It's the craziest thing because the people that are in charge do everything that is not in like confluence or congruence, I don't know, whatever, in concert, whatever word you want to use to, with nature and the way that the world really operates, and that's like, to me, that's the biggest thing. That's what I'm saying to kind of wrap it up here. I talk about the media all the time, and it's when I just realized that they just talk, especially what really struck me is like, I don't know why it really struck me with Jesse Waters, because, he comes on and does this reporting and like it's, and tries to point all this stuff out. And I like the way he presents and stuff, but at the same time, like what, you show a story, you're saying, but what are you doing? Like, then you go and you're still doing everything within the confines of the mainstream. When do we stand up and say, we're not going to, do it that way? But, it's just what I'm saying is like, even the people you like or think that are telling you real shit, they're still entrenched in the system and only allowed to say certain things in certain ways. It's all about ratings and, getting people hyped up and everything else. So, don't let them do it to you is what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen. You look at I look at the news media and stuff more so as a sociological, experiment observation. I just like to watch what they're saying to see what level of manipulation they're trying. And that's why I like to watch across multiple channels so I can see the difference in, what messages they're sending, because they're really trying to send the same message overall, which is like you're screwed and, fear-based, right? But they do it in different capacities based on the audiences that they're trying to target, and that's all it's ever really about. It's not about solving problems. It's not about giving real information. It's not about making the world better. It's just about, the programming that continues day in and day out. So I just hope that you're able to, keep the space to be aware of that and to not let whatever you see on the news to, get you down, and to, to be mindful to seek out information in other capacities, stuff you really want to know about. You start going on YouTube or even, Rumble, and I know there's all these, other channels, whatever, just YouTube's always not always the best, because they censor a lot of certain things. That's why I feel my channel doesn't grow really, because, I mean, I see a lot of people. I'm not, I would say better or worse. I mean, I'm at least in the middle, I'm saying I come on, I speak, whatever. There's no reason why the channel couldn't grow, but I mean, I see it all the time just based on, how my views disappear, how my likes disappear, and, whatever. It's like, you should get a subscriber by accident. Somebody sneezes and hits the button, but it's just interesting to me. And that's why I don't care. I just do it, for those of you who are here and you watch, and I appreciate it. I do it because I love it. And because, it's fun to talk to the people. I'm a man of the people. I love you, the people. I just, I love to offer different perspectives, to not to, that we have to, again, I say this a lot, we don't have to fight the system. It's not about being angry and fighting, it's really just about being aware and, not letting the mind bleep, take you over, so you got to keep space for that and realize that everything that you're being told on those kind of outlets, or it's as much as it might seem like free, thought journalism, expressing a story or sharing, breaking news. They're only telling you what they're allowed to tell you, what's told to be told to you. They're only going to, drip it out in certain ways, say, not going to just blatantly come out and talk about Epstein and the way that he really does things and what's going on and, all the people that are really involved. I mean, do they come on the news and talk about all these people that have been resigning since the Epstein list came out and how many of those those people are on the Epstein list, from politicians to CEOs to, Hollywood people. I mean, all kinds of people are like stepping aside, and they're all on that list. It's just everything's like under. They never just come out and tell you everything's like under, and you have to find out for yourself. So, be a critical thinker, be aware of what's going on in the world out there, and be mindful of what you're taking in and how it affects you. Always give space, don't give emotion, and, get into that, that rut of fear and such, right? Okay. So anyway, that's basically what I have for you here today on Operation Status Quo. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, I appreciate your time. I encourage you to like, subscribe, share if you haven't done so already, and drop some comments. Let me know what you're thinking. Don't forget your participation is more than welcome. So feel free to contact me or drop comments or, whatever you like to do. Be happy to share ideas that you would like to be shared here on the show as well. So, all that fun stuff. So I love each and every one of you out there individually as well as a group. God bless you. And until tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, Operation Status Quo disengaged.
Is a boulevard of 10 short blocks.